Hey guys, welcome to the players meeting for the UpDog video game called Grenade. This game is very simple, but there's a few intricate details that go into it that make it really fun. So this will be your throwing zone, okay? So you'll have a line that is 10 yards from the catch zone, just like on a standard video game field where it's 10 yards or 30 feet. So you can stand anywhere behind the throwing line and you will complete your throws into the catch zone. The grenade here is just for fun. You don't need to paint that yourself. So your normal throws will be going right here into the catch zone, and then the sweet spot throws, which we'll go over in a second here, can go anywhere you want throughout the field as long as they are beyond the throwing line. There are no out of bounds in the game of Grenade. You're gonna gather and bring up your artillery to the line. So your artillery is going to consist of 3 discs, okay? You're gonna bring a Playmore disc to the line, a grenade to the line, and a time bomb to the line. We're just calling it these things. These are all frisbees. We recommend bringing different colors though, if possible. Now, on your Playmore disc, your grenade disc, and your time bomb disc, we recommend writing time bomb, grenade, or Playmore on the back of it, and or using totally different colors. Now we'd like you to, before your round, to please go up to the camera and present which disc is which for the judges, because there's different point values. Now in normal mode, you're only going to be using 2 discs, a Playmore and a grenade. You bring the 3rd disc up to the line just for the sweet spot scatter shot, which we'll get into a little bit later. But you're only going to be allowed in the normal playing mode, the multi-disc mode, to use your Playmore disc and your grenade. So a 2-point disc and a 1-point disc. In hard mode, you can only use your time bomb, which is worth 3 points a catch. Now when you play in hard mode, you can use the grenade and the Playmore only for your sweet spot scatter shot. So let's dive into standard mode or multi-disc mode. It's the same thing. You're gonna have 75 seconds and you're gonna have 3 discs at the line. You're going to throw those discs 10 yards, okay? And you're gonna try to do as many toss-in catches as possible in those 75 seconds. Now, you can throw those in any order. You could continuously just throw your 2-point disc. You could do a 2 into a 1. You could throw your 1. You could throw 2, bring back 1. Whatever you want. It's up to you. Whatever strategy you want to utilize. It's all up to you and what your team wants to do. Okay, the big catch to this now, no pun intended, is that if they don't catch it, if it is a missed throw, you attempt it, your dog misses it. If it is missed, that disc explodes and is no longer able to be used for the entire round. So, again, in multi-disc mode, you have those 2 discs that you can use during the normal play mode, your Playmore disc and your grenade. The Playmore is worth 1 point per throw, the grenade is worth 2 points per throw. Now if your dog misses one of those as you're playing, it explodes and you cannot use it again until the sweet spot scatter shot. So that is how you're gonna play your standard disc mode. Now there is also a hard mode, and you can play in that as well. It's up to you and what you want to do. Again, it's the same rules pretty much. 75 seconds, you're gonna try to gather as many catches as you can within those 75 seconds of 10-yard throws. However, you only get to use 1 disc for the normal play of the game. You bring 3 discs up to the line for the sweet spot attempt at the very end for your sweet spot scatter shot. However, during the normal play of the game, you can only throw your 1 time bomb disc throughout the whole thing, okay? And that disc is worth 3 points per catch, so it's kind of a big deal. While in the normal play, the time bomb's worth 1 point per catch and the grenade's worth 2 points per catch. If you go into hard mode and play with your time bomb, that's 3 points per catch. However, if your dog gets a miss, your round is pretty much, it's it's done, and you could just go attempt a scatter shot, and that's going to end your round. So you would need to, if you're playing it right, you're going to be going for a full dropless round of 10-yard throws. So that it's up to you on what strategy you want to use. If your dog's an amazing catcher, maybe that's the route you go. If your dog is iffy on their catching abilities at times, maybe you'd want to go more towards the normal mode and play with the 2-disc option. All right, now it's time for the sweet spot scatter shot. Anna's laughing at me because I said that like 3 times just now. For the sweet spot scatter shot, you're going to gather 2 to 3 discs. 3 discs preferably. These discs could be scattered anywhere throughout the field. Like what if you had like a miss out there, you can run and go grab that disc. If you've had a perfect round and you have all your discs with you now, you can then attempt your sweet spot scatter shot. Either way, if you have to go collect a missed disc, those discs that exploded are now able to be used in the sweet spot scatter shot. Typically, you're going to set up your sweet spot scatter shot for the end of the round. However, if you had 2 misses throughout your round in normal mode, or 1 miss in hard mode, and all of your discs are used up and you can't throw anymore, you can go gather those discs at any point during the round and then attempt your sweet spot scatter shot, no matter what the time is, as long as there's still time left on the clock. Now, all 3 throws for the scatter shot need to be out of your hand before the tee in time. So keep that in mind while you're playing. You're not going to be able to make your second or third throw after the tee in time. Now, these throws need to be made in succession of each other. You can throw a triple throw where with one hand all 3 discs release, but that's pretty dang hard. Not a lot of dogs can actually be successful at that type of a catch throw attempt. So we are allowing it to be kind of like if you've played UpDog Time Warp. The successful teams a lot of times will do a throw, throw, throw. So now these throws need to be made in succession of each other without a long pause in between them. Now your dog can catch it before the next one is released. That's okay, but we're looking for it to not be long pauses to really set up another throw. You're not allowed to do a throw, throw, or anything like that. Throw, okay, now get ready for the next one and throw. It's going to be 3 throws in smooth succession of each other, okay? Now, we're not going to be super critical on this, but it's just something we want you guys to keep in mind. We're trying to make this very player-friendly and very team-friendly, but we're not trying to make this super easy to obtain either, because gathering up to 7 points for all 3 catches shouldn't be something easy to get. So, the sweet spot scatter shot, if they catch the first attempt, it's going to be worth 2 points added to your score. If they catch the first and second one, you're going to get 5 points added to your score. If they catch all 3, we're going to add 7 points to your score. So that is huge, okay? Now, if they just catch the second and third, I'm sorry, that doesn't count for anything. They need to catch the first one at least. If they catch the first and third, that only is going to give you points for the first catch. If they catch the first and second, you get points for that, but they need to at least catch them in succession of each other. Now, the sweet spot throws can be made at any distance. They need to be made, the first throw needs to be at least 3 feet in front of the throwing line, so it needs to be an attempted like normal throw, not a juggle throw, okay? Not like a handoff into their mouth, basically. So it needs to be at least 3 feet. And then the second throw needs to be further than the first throw. And the third throw needs to be further than the second throw. Okay? Now, we are not being picky on what these distances are. You can make all 3 of them, even within this zone area. You can make them all past the catch zone even. You can make them in any distance you want. We don't care, as long as the first throw is at least 3 feet or longer, and that the second throw is further than the first throw, and that the third throw is further than the second throw. We don't care at all what distances those are, other than being the first throw 3 feet past the throw line, okay? It can go anywhere. All right, now we're gonna go out to the field and I'm gonna do some live demonstration of the game for you.
All right, the round's getting started here. Looks like they started off with a catch. So Anna and Akila here are playing hard mode, which means they're gonna play with just a single frisbee throughout the normal play of the game, which we call a time bomb
60 seconds
frisbee. And each catch made beyond the 10-yard marker is gonna be worth 3 points. Looks like that one would be a catch that was just short of the line, so they wouldn't get 3 points on that last catch. But they didn't miss it, so it doesn't explode. Any missed catches would explode and pretty much end the round right now, other than they can go collect that disc or the dog can bring it back to the line and you can then attempt your sweet spot scatter shot.
30
if they
seconds.
Go through this whole round collecting all these catches, then they'll set themselves up nicely for a sweet spot scatter shot. So it looks like they've caught every disc. Just one was caught short of the line, which wouldn't give them 3 points.
15 seconds.
But all the rest have been good catches. I would say now they're probably going to want to get
10.
ready to set up their sweet spot scatter shot, since there's only, what, 10 seconds left or so.
4, 3,
so good,
2, 1,
and
time.
miss. So that would add an extra 5 points to the end of the round.
All right, so this is going to be a hard mode
Set.
round from Mavis.
Go.
So we're going to use one disc, which will be our time bomb. So each catch here is going to be worth 3 points apiece. So if we get a miss at any time during this round, that means that we
60
are
seconds.
out of luck. That disc explodes, and then we can go for our sweet spot scatter shot for 3 throws, so we can reuse the missed disc if a miss happens. And that works in either mode, either the normal play mode, the multi-disc mode, or the hard mode, which is where you only use a single disc. But it looks like all these catches are happening good so far, so we'll see how things go. And if this round continues to be
30 seconds.
awesome like that, then we'll try to save just enough time at the end for the sweet spot scatter shot. Now, at any point during this round, I can go for my sweet spot scatter shot. Just know that once I attempt that,
15 seconds.
I can't attempt a normal throw after it. That will end
10.
my round once I attempt a sweet spot scatter shot. So it looks like we're going for it now.
5,
Got 2 catches, so that's
4,
at least 5 points.
3, 2, go.
All right, now here we'll show a normal round or multi-disc round, and this will be Mavis again, and we're going to play with 2 discs, but I'm going to be throwing the grenade as much as I possibly can, since the grenade is worth 2 points,
seconds.
and the Playmore disc is worth 1 point. So I specify this as my grenade disc, which you should do before the round starts. You want to start the round, go up to the camera and specify
seconds.
which discs you're using as which. So it looks like she's making some great catches right now with the grenade disc. So if we ever get a miss with the grenade, then I'll switch over to my Playmore disc. And again, you can, okay, so cool. There's the miss, so that disc exploded. It's cool she brings it back, but I'm not allowed to play with that until I'm ready to do my scatter shot. All right, so there's a catch, so that'd be a 1 point catch now, since that's with my Playmore disc. So you throw that. Okay, looks like we're going into the scatter shot. And we got 1 out of the 3 scatter shot throws.
3,
so I tried an air throw, and then a roller. We only got a catch on 1 of them. And that's totally cool. So that is how you play normal mode.